Hey guys, Fully here with another weekly episode. This episode is I'm actually going to do a card review on the new cards that came out for the Karazhan uh, solo adventure, and it's actually going to be on the third wing, which is the Menagerie. Alright, so the first card that is actually not in order, it's just what I found on the website here. If my video will come up, great. Is the Zubot. Um, it's cost 3. It's a 3/3 mech. Its battle cry is give a random friendly, beast, dragon, and murloc +1/+1. There are like a few cards that this expansion is doing something like that with, which is kind of weird, but I guess whatever works, basically. Okay, there we go. Alright. So given that, I mean, it'll probably be good in, like, I guess a dragon deck if you have that, or if you're gonna make a beast dragon and murloc deck, then I guess it'll be pretty good, because a 3-drop for a 3/3 for a 3 is not bad stats wise. So I think it'll if you have a deck like that, it'll be decent probably, but otherwise probably won't see much use unless they put it in a dragon deck or something like that. Might see a little bit of use, but there's still kind of better cards out there for a 3-drop. Alright, so the next card that's out is for Druid class. It costs 6. It's the Menagerie Warden. It's a 5/5 creature that has a battle cry of choose a friendly beast and you summon a copy of it. So I guess that will probably, you choose a beast that's on play already on the board and you just make a copy of it. Stats wise, 5/5 for 6 is decent. I mean, it's not great or anything, but at the same time you get another creature, another copy of a creature for the same price. So it's not bad. It's just they do have, other legendaries and stuff like Sylvanas that have a kind of better ability, the Death Rattle. But for the Druid Beast deck, it probably will get, some play, I would think, from that card. But if you don't have a Beast deck, then obviously you don't need it. You can just disenchant it, basically. Next card would be the Bane Templar. Costs 3, and it is a 2/3. The battle cry is if you're holding a dragon, summon 2 1/1 whelps. So for a dragon deck, Paladin dragon deck, that's actually pretty good because for 3 you would in essence be getting a 2, 3, you get a 4/5 basically. And then if you have any, well, they wouldn't really do any beef ups because they have this card itself is not a dragon, so you couldn't use it to help out the other ones, unfortunately. I guess that's the only bad thing about it, but still a pretty solid card for Paladin. Next card is actually the Runic Egg. It reminds me a lot of the other egg, except that doesn't spawn a creature. You just draw a card, basically. Cost 1 is the Runic Egg, and it's a 0/2. Its Death Rattle is draw a card. So, basically, I don't think anybody will really kill it. You'll probably have to have a way. You can either ping it if you have a mage, or like Mortal Coil, or some way of dealing damage, or give it taunt, maybe. But you'd have to have some way of dealing damage, or a way of another creature to kill it in order to get the death rattle off, basically. But there are some combos that you can use in order to, to use the card for its purpose. Next card is the Priest card, Purify. It costs 2, and you can silence only a friendly minion and draw a card. This card will probably not see a whole lot of play, just because priests already have silence that costs 0, and you can silence any creature, not just a friendly minion, but pretty much any creature. The only plus that this card has is that you can draw a card for 2 mana, basically. That being said, there probably can be used on some decks that have like people on the forums were talking about a silence priest or something to that measure, where you could actually use it on like ancient watchers and other creatures of that kind of fashion. But it probably, most decks you won't see it run in, most likely, because it's only targeted for a friendly minion. The next card that's released is the Avian Watcher. It costs 5 and is a 3/6 with the battle cry. If you control a secret, gain +1/+1 and taunt. So if you have a secret out for 5 mana, it would be a 4/7 with taunt. So definitely not bad stat-wise for 5. And the taunt, but otherwise, it costs, what, 6, 7, that's 9. So it's about halfway without, but definitely the +1/+1 and taunt, if you have a secret out, would probably help it out some. That would help it out a lot stat-wise. But it's not like a beast or anything either, so it's not really specific. It's just neutral to pretty much any deck. Next card is cost 5. It's the Menagerie Magician. It is a 4/4, and its battle cry is give a random friendly beast, dragon, and murloc +2/+2. If you have all 3 of those out, that would be pretty good, but usually, right now, you're just seeing the beast, the dragon, and the murloc decks separately. I don't know if people are gonna put all that together and make a beast, dragon, murloc. The synergy with it is probably not gonna be that great, because some of them are class specific. Like most of the beasts are either in hunter or druid classes, so it just, I don't know. It might be something later on. It might not be. It's kind of hard to tell at this point if they're gonna. I'm sure someone will make a deck like that, because there is a legendary that does the same thing too. So I don't know. It's hard to tell, honestly, at this point. Next card up is the Curator. Costs 7. It's a legendary mech. It's a 4/6. And its battle cry, 4/6 with taunt, and its battle cry is draw a beast, dragon, and murloc from your deck. So basically, when you play this out, you get a 4/6 taunt, and then you draw, if you have that magical beast, dragon, and murloc deck, you would get one of each basically into your hand. Stat-wise, it's okay. It's nothing great for the price of it, but I'm not really that impressed, honestly, because you pay 7, you get a 4/6 taunt, and if you don't have all 3 of these, you just get 1 basically. So I probably won't keep it, honestly. Alright, I think that's pretty much the bad cards out the way. Next card is Cat Trick for Hunter. It's a secret, and it is after your opponent casts a spell, summon a 4/2 Panther with Stealth. I think this card is actually pretty good. It only costs 2, and for that price you get a 4/2 with stealth that you can either go face or, um, swap out a creature with. And that's a pretty cool golden card where it disappears like the cat in the hat. So, pretty cool secret, I think, anyway, for Hunter. Next one is actually a weapon. Costs 5. It's called the Fool's Bane. It has 3 attack and 4 durability. It's pretty good. It has a limited attacks each turn, but the drawback is that it can't attack heroes. So you play this out on turn 5, and basically you can deal 12 damage on the board to creatures that same turn. That's pretty good. You can probably clear the board with that, depending on how big the creatures are, especially if you got it out on turn 5. So I think that's going to be a really good weapon that you'll see. If only it could do heroes too, that would just be insane, pretty much. I think that's why they did that. Why they limited it to that, because that would probably be a little bit overpowered. And the last card from this wing is actually the Babbling Book. It costs 1, and it's a 1/1 creature. Its battle cry is add a random mage spell to your hand, and it's a mage card. I like this card because it only costs 1, and it is a 1/1 creature, so even if it gets pinged to death on turn 2 by another mage, you still got you basically drew a spell card that might be useful down the road, and that can synergize with other, cards in your deck, depending. So I definitely I look forward to trying it out in some decks, just because it synergizes well with most of the other mage decks that are out there. So that is pretty much all the cards for this wing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been really crazy. Like, for y'all that don't know, I live in Louisiana. My house did not flood. Thank God. It was pretty close. I mean, we were saved by like 2 inches or so, and if it was a little bit 2 inches higher, then I would have had water in the house, which is pretty crazy. So thank goodness I didn't flood, but many of my friends' houses have. Some of them have 3 to 4 foot of water in there, and my parents' house also got water in there. So it's been pretty crazy over here. I would encourage y'all just to pray for us, because we really need it right now. Just with recovery and everything, people have lost a lot of their possessions. And I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of help. FEMA's going to give a little bit of money to basically get things started again, but it's just not many. About 80% of people didn't have flood insurance, so it's going to be a tough recovery. But if y'all could just, keep us in the prayers, that would be great. With that said, I really do appreciate you guys watching the video. Sorry it took so long for me to put another video up, but yeah, it's just been crazy down here. Hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and if this is your first time here, I would love to have you subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys. Hope y'all have a great week.